The drama surrounding Mike Tyson was never just about boxing, it was about consequence. About what happened when arrogance, disrespect, and dirty tactics collided with a man who turned rage into physics. Tyson did not simply beat opponents, he erased illusions. Every punch carried memory, every combination carried history, and every so-called tough guy who crossed the line learned the same lesson in brutal fashion. This wasn't sport as usual. This was a reckoning. Long before the bell rang, fear often did the damage first. You could see it in their eyes, in the way they avoided looking at him, in the way their bravado shrank the closer fight night came. Andrew Golota embodied that kind of cowardice. Known for dirty tactics and cheap shots, Golota thought chaos was a strategy. But standing across from Tyson, that illusion collapsed instantly. The moment the fight started, Tyson hunted him like prey. No wasted motion, no mercy, just pressure that swallowed space and crushed will. Golota absorbed punishment he had no answer for, folded under the weight of Tyson's presence, and quit before the damage could fully unfold. The crowd knew what it meant. This wasn't survival, it was surrender. And in Tyson's world, surrender was the ultimate disgrace. But nothing burned deeper than Larry Holmes. Holmes wasn't just another opponent, he represented a wound that never healed. Tyson was a teenager when he watched Muhammad Ali, his hero, dismantled and humiliated by Holmes. That image stayed with him. It shaped him, it hardened something inside him that never softened again. When Tyson finally got his chance, Holmes made the mistake of mocking him, belittling his legacy, dismissing him as unworthy. Tyson never responded with words. He responded with execution. From the opening seconds, every punch was deliberate, every knockdown a message. Holmes got up because champions do, but each time he rose, he only invited more punishment. Tyson didn't just win that fight, he avenged Ali. He closed a chapter that had been open for years, and the world watched as Holmes paid for every ounce of disrespect he ever showed. Donovan Ruddock thought power made him immune. He believed his strength alone would overwhelm Tyson. That belief lasted exactly as long as it took Tyson to decide he'd had enough. Ruddock landed shots, real ones, and for a moment it looked competitive. But Tyson absorbed them like insults, then detonated. What followed was controlled violence, wave after wave, forcing the referee to step in before something irreversible happened. Ruddock didn't lose because he was weak. He lost because he thought fearlessness alone could match precision, speed, and intent. Jose Revolta tried size. He tried durability. He tried to smother and survive. For a brief moment, it seemed like his chin might buy him time. But time with Tyson was never a gift. It was a sentence. Revolta's face told the story before the final bell ever rang. Each round carved him down, reshaped him, left him unrecognizable. Surviving was not winning. Walking out was not victory. Tyson proved again that toughness without dominance meant nothing. Then there was Mitch Green, a man who crossed the line outside the ring. Threats, extortion, public disrespect. Tyson handled him in the ring with calculated cruelty, refusing to knock him out quickly, choosing instead to educate him over 10 rounds, but the story didn't end there. Years later, Green confronted Tyson in the street, intent on backing up his words. He left that encounter hospitalized and transformed, abandoning his old life entirely. Some lessons stick harder than others. Trevor Berbick stood as a symbol of everything Tyson despised. Dirty fighting, arrogance, a history tied to Ali's forced retirement. Tyson treated that fight like Judgment Day. From the opening bell, Berbick was trapped in a storm he could not escape. He tried to mock the punches, tried to pretend they didn't hurt, and signed his own fate in the process. Tyson broke him down so completely that he lost all sense of balance in reality, stumbling helplessly before collapsing. At just 20 years old, Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, and the division felt the shift immediately. This was no longer boxing's future. This was its present. Terrell Biggs arrived undefeated, decorated, and disrespectful. He talked openly about beating Tyson like a parent scolding a child. For a moment, Biggs' confidence carried him. But confidence without discipline is an invitation. Tyson waited, watched, then detonated. Once Biggs dropped his guard, the punishment came fast and final. Uppercuts, hooks, combinations that erased resistance. Biggs didn't just lose. He was taught humility in real time. Tyson's return from prison was met with skepticism. Peter McNeely fed into it, talking himself into relevance, believing Tyson would be rusty, vulnerable, diminished. That belief lasted less than 2 minutes. McNeely rushed forward like a storm and was dismantled just as quickly. The fight ended, almost as soon as it began, a reminder that time away had not dulled Tyson's instincts. If anything, it sharpened them. Jesse Ferguson tried to cling, tried to survive, tried to outlast Tyson, wasn't interested in patience, he wanted impact, he wanted punishment. When Ferguson could no longer escape or hide, Tyson ended it with authority, leaving no doubt about the hierarchy. Frank Bruno talked loudly, publicly, and foolishly. He insulted Tyson, mocked him, promised humiliation. When they finally met, Bruno realized too late that strength without speed meant nothing. Tyson walked him down, broke his defenses, and finished him without hesitation. Trash talk dissolved into silence, just like it always did. Carl Williams thought history protected him. He once beat a teenage Tyson in sparring and believed that memory meant something. It meant nothing. When they finally fought, one punch erased 6 years of confidence and left Williams unconscious on the canvas. Tyson didn't need combinations. One reminder was enough. Francois Botha tried dirt, tried cheap shots, tried chaos. Tyson tolerated it exactly once. One clean punch ended the fight and restored order immediately. When Tyson decided a fight was over, it was over. This is why Mike Tyson's legend still echoes. Not because he won, but because he punished those who disrespected the craft, the history, and the people who came before him. He thrived on confrontation, fed on arrogance, and turned bravado into silence. Every man who underestimated him left smaller than when they arrived. So here's the question. Was Mike Tyson the most feared heavyweight of all time because of his power, or because of what he represented when you crossed the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know which fight to find Iron Mike for you. And if you want more deep dive boxing stories told like